and gentlemen, Shock and Door present 3 5-minute rounds in the professional bantamweight division. Sponsored by Charles Trott Roofing. And in the red corner with a record of 1 win and no defeats, weighing at 134 pounds even. Fighting out of MMA Factory in France, Andrew Mendes. Welcome his opponent, fights in the blue corner, making his professional debut, weighing at 136 pounds even, representing Mavericks MMA in Guildford. Please welcome Nicholas Fielding!
Instructions, 3 5-minute rounds if they need them in the Shock and Awe bantamweight division. Andrew Mendes from MMA Factory in France in the blue. Mavericks MMA's Nicholas Fielding in the black with green trim. Fielding making his professional debut here at Shock and Awe 24. Mendes with the 1 pro contest already on his ledger. Fielding with the body lock takedown early on.
Yeah, Fielding is really well rounded. Striking, his wrestling's good, his jiu-jitsu is good. You know, I always see him at the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu circuit in the UK. He's always there, and he's really determined guy. He loves side control, so I wouldn't be surprised if he passes to get to that position.
Mendes looking to get his back on the cage here, walk his way back to his feet. Mendes a striker by trade.
Yeah, really long reach.
See if he can make that count. Even with that height, he looks perhaps more suited to flyweight physically.
Yeah. Style's very reminiscent of Anderson Silva, kind of, those long limbs, and not an orthodox tight guard.
Yeah, keeping those hands low and wide, and we see the referee there just warning Andrew Mendes for having outstretched fingers when he's finding that range. And he's going to have to be careful there because he's still doing it. He's still reaching out with that lead hand with open fingers. And it's really something that fighters it's a habit they're going to have to unlearn. It causes so many eye pokes over the years, and finally something has been put into the unified rules to hopefully prevent it as much as possible.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I mean, I can understand why some fighters would do it, because you're not just boxing. You're grappling, you're clinching, you're wrestling. So I can understand why your hands would be open at times. But how many times have we seen fights where guys got poked in the eye and it's changed the tide of the fight? Or it's a good thing. Nice Superman punch there.
Yeah, the corner of Andrew Mendes, happy with his striking output so far. They want him to start pumping the jab a little bit more. Thankfully, the French for jab is jab, so I can pick up on that quite well. It's been a long time since my GCSEs, unfortunately.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, Nicholas Fielding, he said himself he's had his ups and downs throughout the amateur circuit, and it really feels like it's time for him to step up now. He's learned a lot from it, and that's what the amateurs are for, is for learning.
That's a bleak kick there from Mendes. He really is scoring with that jab when he flicks it out.
I wonder if Fielding's pushing for a takedown, setting up for a takedown. A little slip there.
Just teetered off balance with that kick, but able to recover without taking any damage. No harm done. Right hand, but a counter from Mendes. Mendes looked to go upstairs there, not successful. And if nothing else, he seems to have Fielding just a little bit confused and cautious with this unorthodox style.
Yeah, Fielding blinking a little bit. His right eye looks really red, and almost looks like a little cut underneath the eyeball.
And the referee now is taking a point. He was warned once already, and the corner team just signalling to Mendes to keep his fist closed. And as you said, Fielding seems to be perhaps blinking. Maybe we've got a situation now where there has been a poke in the eye or a cut to the eye because of that. And
yeah, and Fielding didn't complain about it. If it did happen, he's willing to just carry on fighting. But this is the first time I've seen that rule really been put into effect.
Both men just upping the tempo slightly at the end of this round. Final few seconds. Well, it's going to be interesting when it comes to the scorecards now, because you could argue that Mendes perhaps took that one 10-9, but with the point deduction, we've now got a drawn round in our hands. So,
yeah, that's really interesting. And he's got to be careful he doesn't keep doing it as well. I mean, the referee's told him enough times. He's really got to be careful, otherwise, you know, you may see another point being taken away.
2 points taken, and we really are getting into the territory of an impossible bridge to climb for Andrew Mendes. You know, at this point, you know, it's going to have to be, he's going to have to win both of the next 2 rounds.
Yeah, without a doubt. I'd like to see Fielding set up a takedown. You know, he's coming off not badly, but a little bit worse off in the striking game. So I'd like to see him maybe set up with after a few punches for a takedown, because he does have them.
Yeah, his eye does seem to be really red, and he's definitely blinking away there. I'd be very surprised if he hadn't had you know, a finger in the eye at some point. And it looks like, for his part, and Andrew Mendes is now keeping those fists closed as he's reaching forward. I'm sure his corner communicated with him during the break that, you know, perhaps be in a precarious position if he lost another point. Of course, no one wants to see all their hard work go to waste over something like that.
No, definitely not.
Nice combination there from Mendes, really finding his range and his rhythm here. But let's see what Fielding can do by way of a counter. Can he time his man here or wrap him up?
Yeah, Mendes is really, really confident. Okay, same thing again.
It looks, is he going to take another point?
Yeah, he is. We don't want to see the fight end this way.
No. And you've got to believe if this happens again, it's going to be a disqualification.
Yeah, it has to be. I mean, I'm looking at Mendes' corner, and they're upset with him. You know, they have told him to close the hands. I mean, if he's fought like that all his life, then it's a hard one. Was that a slip? It looked like a slip to me.
I think Fielding complaining about his eye again there.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
I mean, you know, if you have been poked in the eye and then you are getting punched, now obviously it's going to be more irritating as well. And as you say, it's an unfortunate thing to happen. And you know, we don't want to see this fight end in a disqualification, but obviously we don't want to see Fielding potentially get injured here either.
No, and Fielding's not really complaining about it either. You know, he's manning up and he's here to fight. But this is the exact reason why this rule is in place for situations like this. On the flip side of that, though, I think Fielding should be looking for takedowns here. You know, he doesn't want to take any more pokes to the eye. He doesn't want to. Okay, that's it. Fight's over. Fight's over.
He's called it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we thought once more would lead to a disqualification.
Disappointing, but you know, it's a good call by the ref. He did the right thing.
Yeah, the referee did what he had to do. You can't let a fighter commit the same foul and lose a point 3 times. It's just not going to happen. Obviously, nobody wants to see the fight end that way, but the referee made the right call. The fighter was warned repeatedly. At the end of the day, the referee's there to protect the fighters, and what he was doing there was protecting Nicholas Fielding. I'm sure Nicholas didn't want the fight to end that way either, but unfortunately, that's the way the cards have fallen on this occasion.
Fielding looks as disappointed as Mendes right now. You know, he's a fighter. You know, he wants to win convincingly. He wants to earn that victory, and unfortunately, left a bit of a bad taste in our mouths with the result. But it is what it is.
Well, here's MC Ricky Wright with the official result.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Chris Bachelor-Dawn called to stop the contest at 2 minutes and 24 seconds of the very first of the second round for overuse of the hands when poking the eye. For your winner by disqualification, Nicholas Field.